Diddy's lawyer responds, and then he allegedly has sold his shares in Revolt. Let's get into it. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Sometimes I got to do the news whether I like it or not, right?
There's breaking news. An attorney for rapper and producer Sean Diddy Combs is maintaining his innocence in the first public statement since yesterday's federal raids on his homes in Florida and California. CNN security correspondent Josh Campbell is joining us now from Los Angeles with more. Josh, give us the latest.
Yeah, Wolf. Well, an attorney for Sean Combs blasting federal agents who were at both residences yesterday in Miami and here in Los Angeles, blasting what they're calling a show of force by armed tactical agents. The attorney describing this as a witch hunt, saying that this was a gross overuse of military-level force. Still, he says that Combs is cooperating with investigators. I'll read you part of the statement. He goes on to say neither Mr. Combs nor any of his family members have been arrested, nor has their ability to travel been restricted in any way. There has been no finding of criminal or civil liability with any of these allegations. Mr. Combs is innocent and will continue to fight every single day to clear his name. Of course, Wolf, the law enforcement action that attorney is criticizing involved dozens of federal agents showing up yesterday at these residences. This team of federal agents, Wolf, responsible for investigating very serious federal crime.
What I like to do on this platform is I like to use different news sources so that we can get a bevy of different views. And I honestly believe that most of them are all the same. I don't look at CNN too much different than I look at Fox. It's all a conglomerate. It's all a paid media source, and that's where they look to make their money based off of advertisements, right? But his attorney has responded, and he's cleared up some things because we know that Diddy is not going to talk himself, which is probably one of the only smart things that he's done thus far. But his attorney basically said, listen, man, I don't know what y'all talking about. It's a lot of rumors. I know I'm aware of it. I'm aware of it, A-Done. They said it's a lot of rumors, but here's the reality. Nobody is detained. Nobody is prevented from traveling. It's a lot happening out here in these streets. But the reality is that until we actually get some real charges, we're going to reserve saying anything beyond this. But nobody is detained and nobody is prevented from traveling.
Sean Diddy Combs, music mogul.
I'm the definition.
Hey, hold on. Y'all remember when he got that, though? How many people remember this? How many people remember Eric Adams and everybody? Hey, everybody that showed up for this right here. Hold on. Let me put. I'm sorry. I ain't even on the screen, am I? What happened? What happened to my camera? What the heck happened to my camera? How did that happen? How many people showed up in order to Diddy to get the key to the city? Y'all remember when Eric Adams gave Diddy the key to the city and everybody was celebrating? No, don't nobody remember that? Remember when y'all showed up? How quickly things can change from a year, huh? How quickly things can change. Listen, in 1 year, everything can change. Everybody was in the crowd. Eric Adams, friends, family, fans. Key to the city, Diddy, key to the city. Remember all of that? No, y'all don't remember that part? It's the raid that changed your mind, right? Just a year ago, y'all was celebrating. He don't even live in New York there. He came back to get the key to the city, though. Oh.
Music mogul. I'm the definition in human trafficking crimes. 2 homes belonging to Combs, one in Los Angeles and one in Miami Beach, were searched Monday, according to a law enforcement source briefed on the investigation. A second law enforcement source familiar with the search warrants tells CNN agents were authorized to search his homes for documents, phones, computers, and other electronic devices. Armed vehicles descended on the property simultaneously, a precaution related to armed private security teams employed by Combs. His homes were searched by HSI, the principal investigative arm of the Department of Homeland Security, with personnel stationed across the globe, which specializes in countering human trafficking, focused both on rescuing victims and identifying and prosecuting suspected traffickers. This
When you gonna get the? Never mind. Let me be quiet.
investigation coming on the heels of several civil lawsuits.
All of them were incredibly graphic, accusing Diddy of rape, grooming, sexual assault, drugging women. There's a lot of similarities in these lawsuits.
One of those from a former girlfriend, Cassandra Ventura, who goes by the stage name Cassie, alleging rape and physical abuse, was settled in November. In a December statement, Combs responded to the claims in all the lawsuits, saying, "Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged." Cassie's attorney responding to Monday's searches and the investigation. Hopefully, this is the beginning of a process that will hold Mr. Combs responsible for his depraved conduct. Another lawsuit filed in February by a former employee, producer Rodney Jones, who goes by the stage name Lil Rod, accusing Combs of, among other things, sexual assault.
Lil Rod. Lil Rod. Shout out to Lil Rod. I know a Lil Rod. He decided that he wanted to change his name now. He don't want that nickname. Matter of fact, I should call him. I don't even know if he got my new number. I know a Lil Rod.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Let me see if I got his number. I don't know. Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't. Hold on. Let me see something. I know a Lil Rod.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Oh, he at work. He at work. All right, he at work. I got it. I got it. He at work. He don't want to He said I'm busy. He said I'm in a meeting. I'm gonna call you right back. I think he's gonna change his name. I need to change his name on my phone from Lil Rod. Let me continue. I'm sorry.
The musician was not at either home at the time. His whereabouts still unknown.
This is a huge stain on his reputation, to say the least, and this really feels like a fall from grace for one of the biggest stars and moguls in the music world.
Now, of course, Wolf, the big question, what, if anything, did investigators find at either residence in Miami and here in Los Angeles, and how might that information factor into this ongoing criminal investigation? As of right now, Wolf, investigators aren't saying.
All right, Josh Campbell reporting for us. Thanks for all that. Let's bring an attorney and legal affairs commentator, Ariva Martin, right now. Ariva, what's your read on this defiant statement from Diddy's lawyer?
Well, it's something that I expected. When you look at the statement that Diddy himself made in December, he has been pretty consistent in his statements that these allegations against him are not true, and that these individuals that have filed lawsuits are doing so only to try to extort money from him. That was one of the statements that was made after Jones, the producer, filed his lawsuit in February. So I think it's consistent with what we're hearing from Combs's legal team.
Where does this investigation, Ariva, go from here? Could Diddy actually be criminally charged anytime soon in this federal sex trafficking probe?
Well, one thing we do know, Wolf, is that in order for this law enforcement agency to raid both of his homes in the way that they did, they had to get a warrant. And to get that warrant, they had to present a probable cause statement before a magistrate judge. So they had to produce some evidence that they were going to find evidence of criminal activity in his homes. Otherwise, they would not have been able to get those search warrants. So we do know, despite not hearing directly from these law enforcement agents, that clearly there is a criminal investigation underway, and that they believe that there would be evidence of crimes in one or both of these homes. And if you read that Rodney Jones lawsuit, it is replete with very, very serious and salacious allegations, including allegations that Combs had cameras throughout his homes where he videotaped himself and others having sexual activity with sex workers and, in some cases, even underage girls. So there are some very serious allegations that have been made against Sean Combs.
Let me look at this really quickly. I just want to see something. How much is Lil Rod trying to get? How much money is he trying to get? 30 million? $30 million. Lil Rod trying to get $30 million? Hold on, let me pull this up. Y'all not gonna believe me. He name dropped Prince Harry and court documents against Bad Boy Records founder Diddy. Producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones filed a 30 million. I guess he got the same number as Cassie going out here in these streets. He said, I want the same amount of money as Cassie. I want the same amount of money as Cassie. I want the same deal. All right. He says $30 million lawsuit last month, citing that he participated in acts such as sexual misconduct, grooming, and trafficking. A grown man said he got trafficked. Okay. All right, cool. According to the docs, Jones claimed that the Duke of Sussex, 39, and other A-listers' affiliation added to Diddy's legitimacy. Goes on to say, hold on. Let me see. Holmes ambushed law enforcement. Diddy was spotted pacing back and forth outside of Miami airport. And then I heard that he sold Revolt. So according to multiple different outlets, including Billboard, this is from Billboard directly, says that Sean P. Diddy Combs, or Sean Diddy Combs, how did he get this name, Diddy, has reportedly agreed to a deal to sell his stake in Revolt TV after stepping down from his role as chairman in November amid sexual assault allegations. According to TMZ, so I guess TMZ is the most credible news source, Combs sold his remaining shares of Revolt to an anonymous buyer. The report notes that the company will remain black-owned. Financial terms of the deal wasn't disclosed. The Revolt TV's new owner is reported to be keeping her identity hidden for the next few weeks, but will eventually have a formal introduction as the head of media of the media company at a later date. The deal was reportedly finalized this week. Revolt's current CEO and brand chief officer will remain in their roles for the time being. Of course, we know about the raids. Okay. All right. So TMZ is the one that's reporting it. This is where everybody getting this news from. We want to cite our sources like we in school. TMZ is basically reporting that he sold his shares. And we don't know if this is true or not, but this is what they reporting, so this is what we're going to go off of. I'm just waiting on the evidence. How long do we have before we start to get the evidence and we can actually see an arrest? That's all I'm asking. How long before we get to the evidence and we can actually see an arrest? I think it's a much bigger play. I think that he's just a pawn. I think that he's a pawn. I honestly believe that he's a pawn. And I seen somebody yesterday that was in my comments. And you know who they cited? Aubrey O'Day. They cited Aubrey for making a band. Well, when he does, if he does, if it ever happens, I will be here to report on it. And then we will mine out the evidence that's being presented against him. And we will evaluate that. We will evaluate it. So